Hey, good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining for our in-community class today. We've got another yoga class that we'll breathe and move through. And again, I'm Raydene, and I'll lead you through the whole thing. Let's begin in a child's pose or a seat today. Totally whatever feels best in your body this morning. And if you have a couple blocks, you might use some blocks today. If you want to have a blanket nearby, of course, you can do that as well. Right. Getting started in child's pose. Child's pose, toes can be together, knees go wide, and then you can stretch your arms overhead, resting your head on the ground, a block, or a pillow. If it feels better to have your knees a bit more narrow, you're welcome to play with a more narrow shape and maybe even sweep your hands back alongside your legs. So choosing the variation that feels best today, and then just start to notice your body, your breath. As you arrive, it doesn't have to be in stillness, right? So if you're still kind of waking up or just need a little wiggle before you get started, give yourself permission to do that. Just keep your breath flowing. We'll take a couple more rounds of breath here in child's pose before we start to add some movement together. When you're ready, you'll start to wiggle your fingers and toes. You might rock your hips a little bit side to side. And then start to put a little bit of weight into your hands so that you can walk over to the right side of your mat or your space. Hands walk to the right. As you do that, think about sinking your left hip down and back. You might even imagine breathing breath in between your ribs on your left side body. See how expansive you can make the left side. One more breath. And again, feel the pressure of the hands on the ground start to walk back through center and all the way over to the left side of your mat. Settling in here. Excuse me. Thinking about that long side body stretch, this time on the right side. So right hip is sinking down and back. Think about sending your breath into your right ribs, right side body, expansion, front, side, and back. And two more breaths. Once you finish those two breaths, walk your hands back to center and pause there. If you need any movements here, of course, you can take them. As we move today, it is always your choice what you decide to play with and paying attention to what your body needs first. Landing back in your child's pose, see if you can really feel the breath expanding the belly on the front side, the ribs on both sides of your body, and somewhere into the back body as well. So maybe middle, upper back, getting a little breath in there. And then softening it all back down. Long, slow, full breaths here. Feel the expansion in every direction. And take 2 more rounds of breath on your own. This child's pose. When you feel ready, you'll bring some movement back to your body. Maybe even draw yourself up into your tabletop. Start to move around through the spine, maybe stretching out your legs after that big, deep bend for so long. Might feel nice to give a little calf stretch. Start to move a little bit through the spine, cow and cat. Let your belly drop, chin lift with your inhale, and then push the ground away, exhale. Keep moving with your breath. You can take these same 2 shapes, or you can change it up. Maybe you're taking some more side bends, right? Just like we did in our child's pose. You can tuck and untuck your toes, stretching out the bottoms of your feet. Maybe you rock your hips backward and forward, or some big circles. The other foundation we have here is the hands. If you want to turn your fingers out to the sides, give the wrists a little different stretch. Forearms getting involved here. Maybe you turn your fingers to point toward your knees if that feels good. And eventually you'll make your way back to your tabletop. We'll take a big breath in as you send your right leg high behind you, lifting your heel. Feel the glutes turning on here. And then you'll cross your leg behind for a cross-leg tabletop. So let the feet go wide here. See if you can feel any sensations in the outer hips. Maybe you're rocking backward and forward. You could take more cow and cat shapes here to notice the shift in the outer hips. Welcome in. We're in our cross-leg tabletop, right leg behind. Just moving around a little bit here. And if the hands need a little bit of a break, you can always come down onto your forearms for any of this tabletop work. Give the wrists a little moment of rest, maybe even rolling through the wrists. Our next stop is a lizard pose. So from this cross-leg tabletop, push down through your left shin and lift your right leg up again. Take a big step to the outside of your right hand. And if you have blocks or something that you're using to lift the ground a little bit higher, feel free to put those under your hands as well. So we've got lizard pose here. You can reach your knee back a little farther if that feels interesting. You could drop down to your elbows if you want to get a little deeper into the hips. You could add a twist here. Right arm goes up. Maybe you roll through your wrist at the top. And your back knee could be down or up, depending on what feels best in your body today. So if support on the knee feels supportive, take it. And if not, lift it up. Second option here is to bend your back knee. Maybe you're reaching back, chest opener, if that would feel good today. Again, choosing what feels best for you each step of the way. You'll start to unwind and you'll make your way back to your tabletop. Sweep the leg back. And then we'll take our cross-leg tabletop on the second side. Send your left leg high. Big breath in. Cross the legs. Feet go wide. Maybe you're rocking backward, cow and cat, with or without blocks. All sorts of things to play with here. And again, you're sending your attention to the outer hips. See what's there. This is a really great option for a variation on pigeon pose. So if pigeon is one of those shapes that feels challenging sometimes, this is another variation for you to try. Couple more rounds of breath. And then again, you'll start to push into your right shin so that you can lift your left leg back up and then step to the outside of your left hand. We're coming back into lizard pose, this time on the second leg. Again, you could walk your knee back. You could lift it up, right? You could add a twist here. Left arm reaches if you want. You could also drop down onto your elbows. Paying attention to what's happening in your body, feeling your breath here, noticing any shifts. If you liked the quad stretch, you might bend your back knee. If you want the chest opener, you can reach your left hand behind you. When you're ready, you'll make your way back to tabletop. We'll start to move through some arm circles here. So if you have your block, you could place it underneath your left hand just to give you a little bit more space underneath your body. And if not, that's okay. Place your left hand down, start to reach your right arm forward. You might even look at your fingers here, opening up, letting your nose follow the fingers all the way around. So we're really moving in the head and the neck, reaching behind you and then all the way down. So nice, slow, big circle. See if you can feel where the hand is in space. Imagine you're creating a map of your body and you want to feel it from the inside out. Really know where you are. We'll take one more big circle in this direction on the right side. As you do, notice your breath. Maybe you can sense your heartbeat. And then we'll switch directions. Bring the hand down toward the ground, sweep it back behind you. Reach up toward the ceiling. Keep pressing down through that strong left arm, left hand, pushing. You've got two more big circles. What does the shoulder feel like here? Does it need any wiggles? Right? Just because we're moving in a certain direction doesn't mean we can't add what we need. Next time you come back down, you'll reach your right arm out to the side and we'll thread the needle this time, scooping underneath the body. Reach your right hand between your arm and leg. You can rest your head on the ground or a block. You might wiggle out your left hand by stretching it forward or even hooking behind for a half bind here in this threaded needle. Your right hand, back of the hand is pushing down into the ground unless you want to try it with your palm down. And just notice the difference. Bring your left hand back to the ground. You'll push into it to reach your right arm up. And you'll return to tabletop. Let's do that on the other side. Again, just as much intention Right hand is on the ground or your block. Left hand reaches forward. Look at it or feel where it is in space. Follow your hand with your face all the way around in this big circle. So your nose is turning in the same direction that your hand is moving. Maybe you can feel what the fingers feel like in the second circle, nice and slow. We've got one more in this direction. Once you get back to the front, you'll drop down. Hand reaches down, then back, then up, and forward. 2 more circles. Notice your breath. Feel the shape in all parts of the arm, the torso, maybe a little twist. What does it feel like in the hips to be moving your arm this way? Next time you come to center, you'll take your left arm up, out to the side, and then scoop under for thread the needle. Same thing here. You can rest your head on the ground or a block. Back of your left hand to the ground or choosing to flip the palm. And then your right hand might stretch long overhead or hook behind. Just let it feel good for you today. Once again, you'll press your right hand down into the ground, sweep your left arm up, and return to your tabletop. All right, from here, sink back onto your heels, swing your legs around in front of you. We're coming to a seat, and we'll play with our half straddle. So getting into the hamstrings a little bit, giving those knees a little bit of a break. You'll send your right leg out in front of you, maybe like a little bit of a diagonal, and then left foot can come to the inner thigh. And from here, I just want you to play, right? So kind of tune into your own body. Half straddle, you might fold at center, feeling the difference between a straight leg and a bent leg. You might turn toward your straight leg, reaching your left arm across. Maybe you even reach to the outside of the leg or the foot to feel a twist here. You could also take your left arm up and over for a side bend, using the elbow on the right arm as a little support, or the hand. So a few more rounds of breath to play on this first side half straddle. As we're still warming up, it might feel nice to move in and out of these stretches. So hinging or folding and then coming up to your seat. You might connect breath with some of that. Inhale on the way up, exhale to fold. And if any part of your body would feel satisfied with a little massage, you might push your own hands into your legs or your feet. Just giving yourself a little bit of extra love this morning. When you're finished, you'll come up to your seat. Scoop your right knee in, send your left leg long, second side half straddle. And first, just find the position that feels good on this side. Might need a little more support. Maybe it feels a little bit more easeful. Whatever it is, just let it be. And then again, you're starting to play in your half straddle. Maybe it's a fold at center. You could take your right arm across for the twist toward the straight leg. Could also turn for a side bend, right arm reaching up and over, side bend. And again, we're spending a little time here, choosing what would feel best, maybe moving with your breath or flowing in and out of these shapes. Of course, the final option was to add a little self-massage here, getting into the muscles. Legs, feet. A few more rounds of breath. When you're ready, you'll start to come up to your seat. You can bring both of the legs in for just a moment. Soles of your feet together, knees go wide. Bound angle pose, maybe a little rock side to side, bringing some movement back into the body. Again, you could take the thumbs to your feet, a little self-massage here. And feel your breath. How's it flowing? Are you still breathing? Maybe you can imagine that same expansion that we were doing in our first child's pose, opening wide through the ribs, front and back side of the body. Good. And then you'll start to make your way back around to your tabletop. So you might swing your legs to one side or reach over, roll over the shins, tabletop, and then we'll play in our downward facing dog. You can always have blocks underneath your hands for your down dog or your tabletop, and you'll send your hips high into a capital A shape or an upside down V. You can pedal through your legs here, first down dog maybe of today. You can move around here in any way that would feel good, hips shift. Maybe you want to rock forward to your plank pose and then lift up and back, down dog. Good. All right, let's take a slow walk to the top of the mat. Bring your feet forward. If you're using blocks, you can scoot them out of the way. For this next little bit, half lift is your inhale. So hands can come to shins or quads, wherever kind of a gentle half lift is. And we're thinking tabletop spine in the upper body. And then let that go, fold. Let the head drop. Maybe a little shake right and left or a sway side to side. And then you'll roll up to stand. Reach your arms up with your next inhale. Good. Twist wide open T to the right with your exhale. Pause here for just a moment. Think about reaching your fingertips in both directions, right? Just like those big circles we made wide, wide, wide across the chest. Your next inhale, you can scoop your back arm up, reach toward the ceiling. Exhale, you'll twist to the left. Same thing. You'll pause here, really feel that reach in both directions. Expansive across the chest, maybe a little wider here. One more exhale. Inhale, scoop back up, reach toward the ceiling. Exhale, fold forward. Half lift with your next inhale, that same supported tabletop shape here. And then you'll plant your hands step, step, or hop back to your plank pose. Plank pose can be on toes or on your knees, knees behind the hips. You'll lower down any amount. Think about hugging your elbows toward your body, lowering, Take your backward bend of choice. So you might come all the way down to the ground and then open the heart, push through the hands, cobra pose, or maybe it's upward facing dog if that's in your practice. Release the back bend, tuck your toes, and push up and back to child's pose or down dog, wherever you're flowing today. A couple rounds of breath here. Down dog, child's pose. And then we'll do that again. You'll follow your own breath to the top. Big breath in. Once you get there, half lift and refold. Exhale. Rise to stand, arms reach overhead. Big breath in. Twist to the right, breath out. Right away, we'll lift back up, inhale, and switch sides, exhale. All the way up, breathe in. All the way down, breathe out. Half lift, inhale. Plant your hands, step, step, or hop back. Maybe switching legs that lead you back, knees or toes. And then you'll lower, bending your elbows, maybe all the way to the ground, maybe halfway. Backward bend with your next inhale, cobra or up dog. Good, and then send it back, downward facing dog. Keeping it nice and simple today. And we know that simple doesn't mean easy necessarily. When you're ready, you'll step or hop to the top of your mat. Half lift with your next inhale, long spine. Exhale, let it go. Rise to stand, big breath in. Follow your breath, twist to the right. Reach up, inhale. Switch sides, exhale. Reach up, breathe in. Fold forward, breathe out. Half lift, inhale. Plant your hands, step, step, or hop back. This is your flow to down dog. So if there's anything that you want to keep, you keep it. If there's something you want to get rid of, you get rid of it, right? Choosing what feels best in your body. And I want to give you a little bit of time to flow this. So once you get to your down dog or child's pose, you are welcome to stay and explore that shape. If you want to keep flowing, you might step or hop to the top of your mat again. Half lift, refold, and rise. Once you get to the top, if you're liking the twists, you can keep them, right? If you want something different, like a side bend or a backward bend, add it in. A little bit of time here, just moving in your body. See what you need. You'll finish out one more round if you would like. We'll meet in a forward fold, top of the mat. If you have your blocks in your forward fold, you're welcome to use them. Maybe you're adding a twist here. Right arm reaching up, roll through your wrist. Switch sides, same thing. You'll return to your fold and then slowly roll up to stand. All right. Let's start to build our flow today. So nice little warm up, some mobility at the beginning. Maybe some shoulder circles here, and we'll start to move again through the shoulders today. With your next inhale, sweep your right arm out in front of you, just like we did in our tabletop, up toward the ceiling. You're looking at it or following it with your nose, and then reaching behind. So we've got a big, long circle here. And eventually your hand comes back down by your side, and we'll do that on the other side. Inhale, reaching up. Maybe it's an exhale as you start to reach behind and eventually land right here. We'll do that one more time each side. Big inhale, right arm like a big back stroke all the way up and back. Use your whole breath on the left side. Inhale to lift. Exhale, twist and return. This time both arms go up. Big breath in. You'll cactus your arms open into kind of a goalpost shape here. Maybe you lift your heart, backward bend if you want it. Reach back up with your next inhale, and you'll fold forward with your exhale. Half lift, inhale. Little bit different this time. You'll step your left foot to the back of your mat. We're setting up for our warrior one. So back heel spins down once it gets there. You can always use the support of this front leg. And then you'll push the shoulders to stack up on top of the hips. Arms reach up. Big breath in for your warrior one. Sink in here. Maybe you bend your front knee a little bit deeper if that feels good. Think about lifting the lower belly up and in. So we've got a really strong lift through the core here. One more inhale. And with your exhale, you'll twist to the right as you lift your back heel. So we're lifting that back heel and then wide open twist to the right. Perfect. All right, roll through the wrists here. We've got that reach, reach, reach in both directions. And then we'll slowly unwind to warrior two. So big circle through the arms. You'll spin your back heel down again and then open the front hip. So front knee, front toes pointing forward. Your back foot is behind you at a little bit of an angle. Back leg is straight. And then from here, we're going to take just the arms. So legs are going to stay for a moment. Just the arms come down in front of you. And maybe the palms come together. Maybe it's fingertips, however you want to play this. And then we'll reach up as you straighten your front leg. Toes are still pointed forward. Maybe you look up or tip your head up toward the ceiling. Palms can come together or fingertips if that feels good in your shoulders. And we'll do that a couple of times. You're bending the front knee. Hands come together at the bottom. Reach back up. Straighten the leg. We'll do that one more time. So we're in warrior two, legs. Hands connect at the bottom. Lift up. And then return warrior two. Let's take a reverse warrior from here. You can flip your front palm, reach up and back, long side body stretch. Circle forward to your extended side angle. Legs are strong here in that same shape. You can rest your right arm down. Left hand can go up toward the ceiling or reach overhead. Keep breathing here, strong core. From here, take your top arm, sweep it behind, and then a big step into your mountain pose from the back of the mat. So we're starting right where we began or ending right where we began. We'll take that again. Right arm reaches up, big twist to the back. Good. Left arm reaches up, big twist. Circle down. Both arms, big inhale. Cactus your arms, back bend if you want it. Exhale. Inhale as you reach up. Exhale to fold. Half lift, inhale. This time, right foot steps back. Warrior one, back heel spins down. Give yourself some time to set up this second side. Use the support of your own legs, stack the shoulders, and then reach your arms overhead. Couple of breaths here. Maybe you can feel a gentle calf stretch down that right leg. Maybe you're bending a little bit deeper into the front leg, and then again, you're thinking about wrapping the front side of the body in and up to find some strong stability here. One more inhale. Twist to the left, exhale. That means we're lifting the back heel, letting the hips turn toward the front, and then torso to the left. Good, keep reaching in both directions. We unwind to our warrior two. Open up, spin your back heel down, wide across the chest. Sink a little deeper into that front leg if it feels good. Keep reaching in both directions. And then you'll bring your hands down. Again, legs stay for just a moment. Palms can come together. And then you'll lift up. Big breath in, straighten the legs, maybe even look up. And then exhale, come back down. Good. Reach up. Inhale. Exhale, return. Warrior two legs, hands come down. We've got one more like that. Unless you know you did 4 or 5, then you can take a couple more. Good. Return to your warrior two arms, and then you'll tip up and back, reverse warrior. Keep the bend in the front leg, reach up with the left arm, and then circle forward, extended side angle. You can use your own leg for support. Top arm could go up or overhead, long side body stretch here. Strong legs, full breath. Good. Sweep your top arm back. Scoop up as if you're bringing your back leg with you to your mountain pose. Hands to heart center. And let's slow that again. Right arm, big circle up and back. Full breath each side. Left arm, inhale to exhale. Both arms, inhale, reach. Exhale, open cactus. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold. Half lift, breathe in. Left foot steps, warrior one, breathe out. Rise up with your inhale. Twist to the right, exhale, lift your back heel as you reach to the right. Good. Unwind, warrior two. Land here with your exhale. Scoop the hands down. Lift up with your inhale, straighten, reach. Exhale, lower toward the ground. Good. Reach up. Scoop down. One more. Reverse warrior, reach up with your inhale, circle back, forward with your exhale, extended side angle. And then you'll scoop your top arm down, big lift up into your mountain pose, hands to heart center. This time let's start on the left arm sweeps up and back, back stroke. Right arm to follow. Both arms, big sweep up. Cactus your arms, exhale. Inhale to reach. Exhale, fold. Half lift, breathe in. Right foot steps back. Warrior one, breathe out. Rise up with your inhale. Twist, lift your heel. Exhale, just a little pivot there. Unwind, warrior two, spin your back heel down, wide across the chest, hands come down. Reach up with your breath in. Return, breath out. 2 more. Reach. And rebend. Reverse warrior, breathe in. Extended side angle, breathe out. Scoop the top arm back. Forward, lift up. Mountain pose. Hands to heart center. Let's do that one more time each side. Right arm sweeps up, big breath in. This is if you want to, you're flowing it, right? If you need a rest, take the rest, left arm. Both arms. open, reach, and fold. Half lift, inhale. Left foot steps, exhale. Warrior one, breathe in. Twist, pivot on the foot, exhale. Warrior two, you've got a whole breath to get there. Landing with the hands down, reach up with your inhale. Maybe you cross the arms as you come back down. Exhale, big circle, lift up. Cross the arms, coming down. Last one, lift up. And return. Reverse warrior, inhale. Extended side angle, exhale. Top arm scoops around, kind of picks up the back leg, big step to the top. Hands to heart center. We'll do that one last time. Left arm reaches up and down. Right arm, big circle. Full breath. Inhale, both arms. Exhale, cactus. Reach up, inhale. Fold with your exhale. Half lift, breathe in. Right foot steps, warrior one. Rise with your inhale. Twist to the left, pivot the foot, exhale. Unwind, warrior two. Full breath to land. Good, hands come down. Reach up with your breath in. Again, maybe you cross the arms as you come down. Exhale. Good, reach up. And down. Last one, big circles here. Reverse warrior, breathe in. Extended side angle, breathe out. Big scoop, one last step. Top of the mat. Hands to heart center. Awesome job. Let's start to wind down. You'll eventually make your way into a seat. This is a great place for a pillow or block to sit on. So we're starting in a seat. Maybe your legs are crossed. That feels good. You could instead sit on your feet if that feels better. And just notice here. Feel your body after all of that movement. How is the breath flowing here? Maybe you can feel your heart beating, right? A little elevated heart rate. In this case, good, right? We know that we've done the work, and so our heart is pumping blood a little bit faster to support us. Keep tuning into your own body again, creating that map. Do you know where your hand is? Can you feel where your foot is? In this seat, where is the crown of your head? Keep breathing as you notice your body. Even here, just notice any shifts, right? Maybe the heartbeat has started to slow. Maybe you feel like you're in a little bit more control of the breath, breathing in and out. And we'll start to add a little bit of movement back in, starting with our side bends. Again, any seat that feels good for you. Use support where you want it. Sweep your right arm up. Left hand can come to the ground, and you've got a long side body stretch. Just like we did in our child's pose, think about sending your right hip down as you reach your right fingers up. You could look up toward the ceiling here. You might round down toward the ground. And then in your own time, you'll switch to your second side. Using any support on the second side, left arm reaches up and over. Think about sinking your left hip down as you reach your left fingers long and away. Keep your breath moving here. Maybe you open up toward the ceiling or round down toward the ground. Just gently shifting that sensation on the side body. Once again, you'll return to center in your own time. This time we'll make our way down to your back. Figure 4 is where we're headed. Take your time to get there. If you are using blocks and would like to bring one with you, of course you can. And once you get to your back, take just a moment for whatever you need. So your block can be off to the side if you're using it. You might rock your hips, roll through your, or roll around the sacrum, circle in one direction or the other. You could have your feet on the ground here where you're swaying your knees and shins side to side. And you might hear some little crackles coming in. Let your body do what it needs here. Be as it is. And then we'll set up figure 4. So bend your knees, place your feet on the ground. You'll cross your right ankle over top of your left leg, and you might stay right here. This is a great place to stay. You could also press your right hand into your right leg, intensifying this stretch or deepening that stretch on the right leg. You can play with cow and cat in this shape, so a little tilt of the pelvis. Notice how that shifts sensation, especially on the right hip. If you're using a block, you might slide your block underneath your foot. This is a great way to passively bring the shape closer to your chest, or you might scoop your legs in and bring them close to your body. Again, movement or stillness here, really just allowing yourself to explore this figure 4 on your right side. Breath is flowing. Maybe you can notice your heartbeat here, how much it is slowed since our flow. You'll keep your figure 4 shape and bring your left foot back to the ground if you've moved anywhere else. And then we'll take this shape over to the left side. So coming into a twist, just let your legs fall. Your right hip can lift, but keep your right shoulder down on the ground as much as you can. You might cactus your right arm out to the side. You could reach it out into a T shape or even overhead if you want a little bit more of that overhead stretch. Left hand can push into your right leg, so creating a little bit more space in the shape. You could also use your left hand to give a little self-massage, so coming up into the chest and the shoulder, maybe just gently moving the fingers from the sternum or center of the chest out toward the right shoulder. And a little extra love today. Feel your body. When you're ready, you'll start to unwind, come back to center, maybe a little counter twist to the right if that would feel good. And then you'll return to center, unwind your legs and set it up on the other side. Right foot to the ground, left ankle crosses over. And again, you might stay right here. Maybe you press your left hand into your left leg. Could be cow and cat, the lower spine, little pelvic tilts. You could add your block underneath your foot or scoop the shape close to your body. Second side, let it be itself. So really notice what's here rather than expecting that it'll do the same thing as the first side. Keep breathing. And in your own time, you'll return your right foot to the ground. Keep your figure four legs and let them drop over to the right side of your mat. Again, left shoulder stays as heavy as it can to the ground. You can cactus your arm, send it out in a T or reach overhead. Right hand could come to the left leg, pushing away to create a little more space here. Or you can move into that self-massage, sternum to shoulder, middle of the chest out to your shoulder on the left side. And when you feel ready, you'll return to center, unwind your legs or take that counter twist to the right or to the left. And then take any other shapes that you would like here. So you might roll again around your sacrum, flat bony part at the base of your spine. You could rock your shins side to side. You could come into a happy baby, knees to the outside of your ribs and heels up toward the ceiling. Happy baby, you could hold on to your feet, your ankles, calves, or thighs, whatever feels most accessible today. This could be in stillness. You could play with a little cow and cat like we did in our figure four, low spine, stretching long. Maybe even rock a little side to side. Eventually, you'll start to make your way to your final resting pose. If there's anything else that your body needs, please take it. Your final rest can be on your back, your side, your belly, or maybe you're coming back to a seat. You could place your hands on your body. You can use your props in any way here. If you have a blanket and you want to cozy up, this is a good time for that, for an extra layer. And then as you land in your final resting pose, just notice your breath. See if you can sense your heart beating. In these quieter moments, it can be a little bit more challenging to find the heartbeat, but see if it's there. Your final rest is an opportunity to integrate all of the movement, the breath, the awareness into your body. To really feel it. All of the effects that everything we've done have had today. Maybe you sense a bit of spaciousness or expansiveness in your body. Maybe the muscles and joints just feel a little bit more lubricated, ready to move into your day. Maybe there's a sense of calm, simply focusing on your breath. And if it's none of those things, that's okay too. Give yourself the opportunity to witness what's here, just as you are. Begin to deepen your breath. As you do, you might start to feel your ribs expanding a little bit more. Maybe the shoulders, hips start to feel a little bit of movement with the breath. Continue to increase the movement in your body, reawakening. You're welcome to stay in your restful shape or make your way to a seat. Place one hand over your heart and the other one right on top of it. Tip your chin down toward your chest in a moment of gratitude for yourself. Thank you, body. Thank you, mind. Let's close with a breath. Big inhale. and let it go. Happy Thursday, everyone. Thank you for being here. I so appreciate you all.